Yeah.
Because I'm looking, I'm seeing, okay, all right. Okay, what causes wind, anybody?
When a high and a low pressures, like the difference between air, like
Yeah, that's it. Difference between, you're getting there, between pressures,
yeah.
right? Okay, so, here we go. It's all in the book. I'm going to try to squeeze it down to where you can understand it better. There's a thing, the Earth spins on its axis, and the northern hemisphere, the wind, because of the thing called Coriolis, C-O-R-O-L-I-S, Coriolis force, is created by the spin of the Earth. So wind goes right. Okay, the wind goes right, and down in the southern hemisphere, the wind goes left. In addition, the difference in air pressure. Always, wind comes from highs always to lows. Always. Never fails. It doesn't go from lows to highs, it goes highs to lows. What is high pressure? Let's recap. I need a timer. Tell me when 10 minutes is up, because this film will stop it. I mean, it will not get on YouTube if I go past 10 minutes. Alrighty. Remember, a high is air that is heavy and cooler and drops. Remember, high is low and low is high drops and lows rises. Lows rises. Low is warm air rising. As warm air rises, it cools. And once it cools, it drops rain, obviously. Then after it drops rain, it starts moving over here and gets cooler and comes back down again. Okay? So again, highs drop, heavy air, highs are heavy, they're heavy. They spin clockwise. Highs are clockwise. Lows in the northern hemisphere are counterclockwise, thus hurricanes. Okay? And they say, and here's where the book, and really, here's where it gets a little confusing. They say the Coriolis force contributes to makes hurricanes, it causes hurricanes to spin counterclockwise. Well, I'm looking at a hurricane, and I see counterclockwise, and I see the wind's right, counterclockwise, the wind's going right as the Coriolis force dictates. Then it comes down here, then it starts to go left. In the northeast quadrant, which I saw your papers on, were very good. Keep putting them in. I love that research, love how you did it, for those that did. So think of it like this in a hurricane. When in a hurricane in a low, a super low, it's like a pitcher in a baseball. He's winding up his arm to throw. That's what happens in a hurricane. Here's where the pitcher winds his arm up as it goes right. Then he releases that energy right at the northeast quadrant. That is why you have the strongest winds in the northeast, also because of direction of travel of the hurricane. You have storm surges, tornadoes, you name it. All right? Just because it's on film, I can move fast. All right, let's switch over and know how to read a synoptic chart. These are from, let's just look at this. All righty? Everything is about air pressure. Lows go from 1013 millibars down to say 1012, 980, 950. God help you if it hits 929 or 929. That's hurricane. It's depression. It goes down. All right. Highs from 1013 millibars go up. And you'll see them on a map. All right, look at this. So 1013 high. I'm going to do this. Okay, it's going clockwise. High spin clockwise. And here you say you might have also start 1014. 1020, 1030, 1035, and the top of the mountain, which is a high, basically it's a mountain of air, the top of the mountain, 145. Those are highs. It's nothing but a bunch of air piled on top of each other. That's all it is. And that's when it drops, because it's so heavy. Air is heavy, air has weight, air has pressure. So there's highs as it spins clockwise, and lows, which spin counterclockwise. So it'd be like a spiral. The center. So 1012, 1005, 990, 980, and suddenly it drops 940, and watch out, 929. It's in a barometer, millibars. That's how you measure highs and lows. Like in a hurricane, if it hits below 929, 925, you got Hurricane Hugo. You got a freaking 5. You got just Godzilla in wind. That, because it's so low, the pressure, because it's so low, it's a vacuum. So what pours in is air and wind like you wouldn't believe, trying to fill that vacuum. And so here we go. On your maps, you see from NOAA, National Oceanic Atmospheric Administration, there are several things we're going to get into. We're still film. Okay, while we're on film, there are 4 types of fronts. Let me do this. This is a cold front. How am I doing on time, somebody? How many minutes?
You're at 7.
7? Okay, I'm going to cut it off and make a new one. Cold front are like